Second. So, good evening. The term is Firewall. Hold on, Firewall. Beautiful disaster. Maybe someone directly in the mind. I know what the fuck you are talking about it. You little asshole. No. Yeah, exactly. It's the systematic of the firewall. So there are firewall, everybody says something. It is to secure your system from attacks outside, and not give everybody access into your system. So now there is a typical function inside what is totally wrong. I understand because a true firewall is not the same like a proper programmed firewall. So one of this beautiful disaster is probably the actor in TV. What I have forget the name, the most beautiful woman of the world, where she have probably also again most beautiful daughters of the world, and she's maybe one of these absolutely great, iconical um, honey traps. So, absolutely amazing honey trap. Every man like to marry her directly and will die for her directly. So we don't know. Anyway, she have created the piano roll for sub sub marine rockets to create this coding on different levels to bring the rocket into the finish and the rocket not get distorted in the signal from the enemy side. So in the firewall, it is exactly the same. In the firewall as first is a uh, encoding and a decoding situation, right? So firewall is a big misunderstood correct plan. So this is meaning that firewall never gets directly created. They just say, we think that's good enough for us. But when it's not good enough for us, then it's get into a coding and decoding situation. What it's mean that the firewall signal was get in and out is first because it's get decoded or encoded and or coded. This is mean that the firewall itself is a laser barrette or something, you know. So this is meaning that you cannot sending a code through a laser. You cannot send a code, a malware or malfunction through a laser coding system, right? So you cannot infect you cannot infect the code what is not can get decoded. And this is the difference between a real firewall and a wrong firewall. This is also mean that maybe satellites get laser coded, you know. So a satellite get the information through a laser signal into the space, right? So China is probably use this technique actually, but they cannot probably they cannot probably save sending these laser signals into the satellite through the sky without that other peoples can seeking this information. But it's need different uh, states of communication systems. So they've begun to laser into glass codes uh, when they found out that this long range is maybe not working. They began to laser into the glass. That's the interesting thing about it. So this is not what this is not what actually is also a term. Different look-wise about firewalls. Uh, but there is the system. This is why I say yesterday. I say, look, the whole situation is that the functionality is actually on the mind of a 16-year-old guy, right? This is the guy. This is the mind of a 16-year-old guy. And the reason about this is that it is not a firewall, as itself is. It is a programmed system. What it is not really can block some backdoors, but with a laser Schranke, yeah, a Laserschranke uh, coding system, and we become a firewall through a true firewall with the coding and decoding, because the okay, a signal comes from outside inside through the firewall, and the firewall coding system have to overwritten the code into the code for the laser. And on the other side, in the inside of the system, it have to get decoding, and it's not possible to decoding unknown code, you know. So it is not possible to bring in some different information from what it's seeking it. And this makes impossible, nearby impossible, but not absolutely impossible, because the code uh, can be different, generated, whatever. So I don't think now every step in it, but it makes probably really impossible to put in some wrong codes. So this is the system. Actually, it's really on the mind on a 16 years old guy, and it's not. I'll say this. It's not 18. It's not in full of age. It's not.